Hi beloveds, just going to change this a minute, something, okay, there we go. Okay, hi beloveds, I thought I'd change my position for the camera this morning so that you actually, or this afternoon, it's early afternoon, I just wanted you to get a little bit of a different view of the green outside. That's the river, my garden, and at the bottom there is the river. She's a little bit messy at the moment because we've had some rains and she was full, and of course now as she pulls back and goes back, it leaves a bit of the rubbish behind that is obviously being carried away, that doesn't get carried away by the water. So I've just been watching my very beautiful astrology guy called Kaya Pocha. I posted it on my Facebook page. He does astrology of the soul, and he does it each week. He does a update, but also it's him just sharing his beautiful self and his insights and his maturity, and he uses astrology. He talks very much, which is what I like, he talks about and has the courage to talk about the use of substances, which has become so trendy in the last years. This entertainment with substance. And now the new trend is, well, it was ayahuasca or peyote or mescaline, or now it's this DMT, and I don't know, all this stuff. And the shamans and people have used this over the years to come to understandings. And now it has become another way of keeping busy. And we are looking for this experience that it may drop us into, and it definitely can drop you into an experience. But as I see it, if you are not careful, you do not know how to get there. So the thing is, this experience is finishes. And if you're lucky, you may have a longer lasting understanding, and it may shift your life. But mostly it is that you're then waiting to go on the next trip and go on the next time when you can do it, and then you'll be happy. And when you get there, you'll be happy. And when you do that, and when I go on that. Now, I think that actually to go to some of these places, sometimes to go to the rainforest, or to go to somewhere in nature, or to go somewhere less sophisticated, to do some of these things, I think actually the journey of doing that is incredibly valuable. But I don't know if it's about the substance. It's a matter of the fact that you take yourself away from your comfort zone. You take yourself away maybe from the structures of your life. You go somewhere more simple. Your diet becomes more simple. Your living becomes more simple. You're not so much on this. I walked around yesterday and all I saw was young people in the park, and all they were doing was this, and I thought, well, why are they bothering even to be in the park? They're not enjoying, they're not interacting, they're not... Anyway, that is the way of the world. So on some level, I think when people go and maybe do something like this, and they go to a place where they go a little out of their comfort zone, and maybe into the rainforest, or, oh, there we are, you can see me better. I think in this there is a value, but I don't think it's necessarily about the substance. The substance will take you to a point where you see something, but whether that is of any value or not, I don't know. Whether that shifts your life or makes your life more beautiful, I don't know. Sometimes these experiences can clear your body, because you end up vomiting and you end up clearing the whole body out a little bit, and so that's quite good in that all this, maybe the stuff you've been swallowing that's stuck down there, it clears that. So what am I saying this morning? It's definitely gibberish. My insight is that we need to stop and enjoy the moments of our life and see the magic that is in our life, in the moments of our life. Not when I get there I will be happy, or when I get there I'll be happy, or when I do this I'll be happy, or when I have my next trip I'll be happy, or when I have my next holiday I'll be happy. What about being in the moments of your life and making the magic out of that, of finding the gifts in each moment that come? Now that does mean that you need to stop your busyness. Stop. Turn your phone off for a little while. Make some space where you just go for a simple walk, even if it's around your neighborhood. Just feel your feet on the ground. Put your phone away and just be ready to look up and be surprised and see what is there in where you are. Because if you're waiting to find it somewhere else, you are going to constantly be disappointed, because you will eventually come back to your home space or where you are. The mundane space may be where you live, and unless you can make that precious, unless you can see the magic in that, in the making of a meal, in the watering of plants, in the cleaning of your toilet, and suddenly going in there and it's beautiful and shiny and your bathroom's lovely. You know, all these things have a magic, and we think that the mundane is boring. Many of the most beautiful and aware teachers that have been on this planet, even if you look at Jesus, you look at Buddha, you look at Muhammad, you look at, there are many beautiful enlightened beings that have been on this planet. And if you look at the core of them, they lived so simply. They were not involved. They may have had beautiful places around them. They may have had, Osho had a beautiful place. There was nothing wrong with it. He had 90 odd Rolls Royces at one stage, but he could only drive one at a time. He lived very simply. He lived in a room. He got up and went and spoke to his people in the morning and in the evening. And basically he just was simply just staying in his space, enjoying the simpleness of that. Eating when the body needed to eat, sleeping when the body needed to sleep. At some stage we have to grow up and find magic in the most simple of things, and stop running to search, when I get there I will be happy. When I have this I will be happy. When I find my soulmate I will be happy. If you are not happy here, in this moment, in the most mundane moment, if you cannot be present with it, you will never find yourself. You will always be off seeking something else, and you will never be satisfied. So my suggestion is to make some time for yourself in the most simple things you do, and make that an experience of joy. Make that, even if it's the most stupid of things, even if it's like cleaning your toilet, or you know, which people think is the most disgusting thing they don't want to do, or cleaning their bathroom and everything. But it feels so beautiful when you've done it. And then when you go in there and it feels clean and tidy, it's like when you put new sheets on your bed and you suddenly get into them. It's like, wow, I really hadn't realized it's so nice to have new sheets. It's so beautiful if you just keep the space in which you live a little bit tidy. In the morning that you make your bed and you tidy your room, fold your things up and put them tidy as you leave the room, so that when you come back into the room after a day of doing whatever, there's a sort of deep breath with it, there's a beauty with it, there's in these most simple things. Look and see how you keep your space. Look and see how you keep your bedroom. This is you. This is the space. This is your heart space. This reflects you. This reflects what you are doing, what you value. But we're all rushing to go out there and do something or be entertained doing something. Now, also saying that, if you come to a point within yourself where you can enjoy the moments, and suddenly you'll go, wow, my body's a bit tired. So you sit down and maybe you make a cup of tea or you put your feet up and you rest for a little while. Then you will find that your body is suddenly going, oh, okay, now I'm going to get up, and you'll suddenly have an insight to do, or to maybe for the next movement to happen. And there is a magic in that. There is a magic in the flowing of it. There is a magic in the naturalness of it. And we have got so far away from this. We have got so far away from this moment to moment moving. It might be that there's sadness. It might be that you bang your toe and you go, ow, and it hurts. And then you take the next step. It's not that everything is happy and light and joyful. But the trick is, the biggest trick, the biggest secret, the biggest magic is not to be in the moment, each moment, step by step. And that will then, your nose will lead you to the next moment. But this big idea of, I'll be happy when I get there, I'll be happy when I have that, just stops us being in the present moment. If we're not enjoying this present moment, our next present moment will be another expectation of something else. When I get there, I'll be happy when I get there. And you will never be contented with your life. One does need to make some time to stop and slow down and listen to the birds and listen to yourself, so that you can hear yourself when your body is saying, I'm feeling tired, I'm not feeling well. But you are listening, you are aware of it. And before it gets to a point where it has to get sick to get your attention, if you are listening, if you are tuned in, if you make a little space, this existence will talk to you all the time, and she will show her magic, and she will show her beauty, and you will be aware of it. But if you are at high speed, just being entertained, running from one thing to the next thing, and you are never slowing down and feeling yourself, you will never be present with yourself. You will miss the warning signs your body is giving you. You will miss the warning signs that the existence is giving you. You will miss the people that existence puts in your way, because you will have an agenda to run somewhere else, or you will have an idea of how it's supposed to look. And you will never, ever really truly be surprised. Once you stop being busy, then you will find sometimes busyness will be there. Sometimes you will be in action. Sometimes you will be not in action. You will be in the receptive mode. And sometimes you'll just be sitting in the middle. But you will be aware. And you will start to have insights, and you will start to know things. And your intelligence will grow. Not your intellect, but your intelligence will grow. This innate intelligence, which we all have. You don't have to be a special person to have it. We all have it in our own unique ways. But the trouble is, we are so much in a hurry in the doing and doing and doing and doing. And we've forgotten how to just be. So my beloveds, take a little time out of your busyness. You will still get everything done you need to do. Because if you're not listening to yourself, you're not listening to your body, you will miss the signals. You will miss the people that existence puts in your way. And there are some beautiful people. You will miss the lessons that existence is giving you, which are sometimes like a punch in the nose and don't feel good. But if you don't see them as being against you, you see them as a gift, you will find the value in them. And even in the most difficult of situations, you will be able to bow your head and say thank you to the existence for that also. You will not be attached to the good or to the bad. You will just find that you are naturally starting to flow, and in that things will come. So, you don't have to be a special person. Everybody has the right to be listening to the existence. The existence talks to everybody. One just has to make a little space. If your cup is full of busyness, and really this is entertainment to keep you from really having to slow down and feel. Because it's scary to feel. Because then you have to feel when you're fucking angry. You have to feel when you're irritated. I tell you, the last few days, I've been wandering around like a bear with a sore head. Not all the time, but I've been seeing that how irritated I've been getting. How this body has been getting irritated. And I've been watching it. I've been watching myself. And I sometimes go somewhere and they say, how are you? I say, I'm a bit like a bear with a sore head. So be a bit careful. I might bite you. And I can see it, and they say, oh, how is that? And I say, well, that I'm also watching. What to do? If it's here, it's here. Okay, well, I can also go for a walk. I can make some space. I can maybe see if I need to eat properly. Maybe I haven't been eating properly. Maybe I haven't been taking care of myself. Maybe I need some space with myself. And not to see this as wrong. To enjoy this also. To take a deep breath, to see what supports me in this moment. What is existence trying to tell me? We are in very intense times on this planet. There is a lot of energy out there for anybody who is making space. But that doesn't mean it's always easy. It means you have to slow down. It means you have to, and then sometimes you speed up because that's what needs to be done. But you have to start to be listening. And please, anybody can listen. Anybody. It's like you go to somebody, you listen to me. Now, does it make sense? Does it resonate? Does it touch something in you? Or is it just bullshit? And if it's just bullshit, you can throw it in the bin. You don't have to listen to it. But if it resonates, then, and if something resonates with you, then be ready to go and not just write it down in a book and wait till later. You have to start putting these things into action now and here. Only you can walk it. Other people might be able to point the finger to the moon. They might be able to show you the most beautiful things. But unless you are choosing to put them in action yourself, nothing will shift. But my beloved ones, we are all magic human beings. We are all absolutely uniquely perfect and unique. And we all are precious. We are so precious. So find your preciousness. Find what gives you joy. Find what expands you. Find that deep breath within yourself. Just that deep breath. Stop getting lost in the doing of it and let the happening of it happen. Just heard a kite singing for its mate. I can hear the crows. I can hear the river. Obviously, in this I'm talking to myself. Anyway, my beloved ones, I wish you a beautiful day. Remember how precious you are. Take time to just start tuning in and listening. Then the mind will give you understanding, and the intelligence will just come. It will just drop in. Just follow your nose and you will find the right people to connect with. You will find the spaces that you need and the magic that is there for everyone. But we have got so busy seeking for the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, that we have lost the ability to tune into the mundane and the beauty of and the magic of the simple. Anyway, this is my gibberish for the morning. I hope you enjoy the plants in the background. I love you heaps. Remember how precious you are. Love you. Have a good one.